After long discussions with YG Entertainment, Blackpink's Lisa has chosen not to renew her individual contract with them. Nobody had been surprised because considering YG's history of how they've treated her, we can't really blame her for getting out. The rumor has it that she had the least profitable contract out of all the members despite being pretty much the most popular one. When Blackpink's contracts with YG Entertainment ended, fans weren't really sure about how the members would be deciding. However, it was known that no matter how long the negotiations lasted, Lisa would end up choosing to leave the company in the end. Most assumed that it was because of her pay, as it was a known fact that Lisa was paid a lot less than the other three members, so people thought that this was the straw that broke the camel's back. According to CLC's Sorn, though, this is not the fault of entertainment companies, at least not for this exact issue. Sorn has been open about how she was paid less than her Korean bandmates just because she was Thai. She had talked about this issue in 2017, explaining that their company, KOOKIELIT Entertainment, had opened bank accounts for the members so they could put their royalties into those accounts. However, all members ended up receiving their payments except for Sorn, who's from Thailand, and Elkie, who's from Hong Kong. After finally getting their hard-earned money, they noticed they were given at least 6 times less than what the other members had received. When the two asked for the reason for this, they were told that it was because they were foreigners, and there was even a law backing this up. She recognized that KOOKIELIT Entertainment made an actual effort to register everyone for royalty payments. However, due to legal complications between countries, Sorn and Elkie could only receive a fraction of those royalties. Essentially, the Federation of Korean Music Performers gathers a royalty fee but holds off on paying until the idol's country signs an agreement with them. This situation resulted in permanent earnings loss for foreign idols if the countries couldn't reach an agreement. Foreign idols like Lisa and Bam Bam from GOT7 faced similar challenges. In 2019, Sorn updated fans on this issue, stating that the law in Thailand was resolved and she managed to get all the payments she didn't receive back then, which was a big plus for Thai idols everywhere. So technically, the fact that Lisa was paid less in royalties than the other 3 members wasn't YG's fault, but the company has done enough these past 7 years for the fans to suspect that Lisa's contract terms were a lot more unfair compared to the other members in other aspects. One of the biggest issues fans had with Lisa being under YG was that they did her dirty when she had her solo debut. Lisa debuted with the single album La Lisa in September of 2021, breaking all kinds of records. Since she's one of the most popular members of the most famous girl group, fans expected that she would be greatly promoted, but that didn't happen. The only promotions she got for the album were fan signs, limited interviews, and pre-recorded stages. She didn't even start going to music shows until 9 days after the album was released, and she only went to Inkigayo and Music Core. Lisa only had 3 stages in Korea and a performance on Jimmy Fallon before she wrapped up promotions, which is insane for an idol of her caliber. This would be more acceptable if the other members received the same treatment, but that wasn't the case. Rose, who was the second member of Blackpink to have her solo debut, promoted on the ground on various music shows every week and even scored numerous wins. Fans were also worried about the unclear details surrounding the sales numbers for Lisa's album. The album achieved substantial sales, hitting a total of 950,000 copies, counting both pre-orders and sales after release. Turns out that YG failed to register the albums made and sent to stores after the pre-order phase. This situation significantly impacted Lisa's solo release, which is quite disappointing and unacceptable for fans, and frankly, it showed incompetence on the company's side. Another point that was mentioned was how rushed the release seemed considering the pre-release schedule. While Rose's album had a rollout of 2 months before her album was released, from the day the first teaser was posted up to the release of the album, Lisa's fans had only half a month to prepare for their favorite idol's debut. Of course, nobody is blaming Lisa for how things went, but it really comes to show just how little the company cares about her. There's also the issue of her individual activities, especially when compared to the other members. As we all know, Lisa is the brand ambassador for Celine and Bulgari, but hasn't been attending that many fashion events. One of the most significant things that fans remember from this time is that Lisa traveled to Paris and was supposed to attend a Bulgari event, but ultimately wasn't allowed to attend because of YG. They said that it was because they wanted her to be safe during the pandemic. However, this excuse didn't fly because the other members had attended events in Paris around the same time and were even seen interacting with fans and other people. Lisa was fully vaccinated and safe, so there was no reason for her not to attend these events. It came to a point that the CEO of Bulgari got upset on her behalf, writing, "Lisa is in Paris, but unfortunately due to COVID, her agency doesn't want her to participate to event. Pity, as we have an incredible Bevolgari event tomorrow in Milano and she won't attend." Jennie and Rose also went to the Met Gala, while Lisa didn't, which is weird knowing that she's one of the members that the public recognizes the most. Maybe she was invited, but it has been said in the past that YG is particularly difficult to contact or reach an agreement with. Fashion magazines like Harper's Bazaar Thailand, Nylon China, and Vogue Thailand revealed that they encountered significant challenges challenges in reaching out to Lisa, publicly criticizing YG for making unreasonable demands. There's no saying just how many brands or businesses might have reached out to her only to be met with silence on YG's part. This isn't all, unfortunately, because the company's old ways of handling their artists are significantly affecting how the public perceives them. YG has proven to be unprofessional on numerous occasions, especially when it comes to her other projects. Vivo, a Chinese phone brand, mentioned that YG sometimes missed sending Lisa's pictures on time, which even led to Vivo releasing a new product without Lisa's involvement. A similar issue happened with AIS, a Thai mobile network provider, who had shared that Lisa wasn't allowed to appear on the red carpet for one of their events, and because of this she couldn't interact with the other artists. The company restricted Lisa's activities, causing AIS to organize a separate event for her. Moreover, while she was mentoring on the Chinese show Youth with You, the production team faced continuous problems due to YG not communicating with them and not responding to their requests. According to them, YG provided only one camera to follow Lisa for the show and consistently failed to send behind-the-scenes images of her. It was also implied that Lisa wasn't allowed to visit Thailand as much as she wanted to. In her Rolling Stone interview that happened in 2022, Lisa was asked about the time she spent in Thailand as she had gone there for her birthday. She answered that she hadn't been there in 3 years, going on to say, "Whenever I have time, I want to return to Thailand. I don't want to say I don't care what the company is gonna say, but I want to see them as often as I can." She also wasn't allowed to go back home when her grandfather passed away, and while you could say that it was because of the pandemic, she was allowed to attend some events at around the same time, so we aren't too far off from assuming that to YG, being present at events isn't as important as being there for your family during tough times. Don't get us wrong though, we're not implying that Lisa is the most mistreated or that the other members get treated better than her. YG was equally incompetent when it came to the four of them. However, we're here to point out why she would want to be out of the company and seek better management for herself. Considering the amount of articles that came out about her, we can assume that she got a lot of offers when the contract was up. There was even a rumor that she was offered more than $81 million by an overseas company to leave YG, which made the company's $40 million offer pale in comparison. She was also the member with the most rumors and reports about how she would leave the group. Reports also mentioned that she got an offer from a mysterious company, with the deal supposedly including ownership of copyrights, the launch of 6 albums, additional brand collaborations, and setting up her own studio. If this turned out to be true, there was no reason why she would stay with a company like YG that is not eager to let her branch out into different industries. It's possible that Lisa saw just how much everyone wanted to have her as their artist and realized that whatever YG would offer her, the other companies would offer more. Since the negotiations lasted so long, we can only assume that Lisa tried to get the best deal for herself. It's just that YG failed to deliver. Since they were described as making unreasonable requests, they probably had some bogus demands for Lisa while not offering a lot in return, so there's a chance that Lisa wanted to stay there. It's just that they made it impossible for her. Luckily, now she's out of the company and free to do whatever she wants. Considering her popularity and relevance, all eyes are on her to see what steps she'll take in her career now that she has total control of it. What do you think about Lisa's decision not to renew with YG? Let us know in the comments.